Alright, so today is Wednesday, so that means it is marathon day for me today, watching all three episodes of Andor that just dropped. So let's kick things off with episode 7 of season 2, entitled Messengers. Um, or is it singular messenger? Yes, it is singular messenger, my mistake. Episode entitled Messenger. So, the base on Yavin is coming along nice and smoothly, with Cassian being one of the leads in kind of heading up a new rebel army. But the hooks of Luthen are still in. As Wilman re enters the picture, he talks about how he has been aiding with Luthen's attempts in trying to basically set Gorman up for explosion. Meanwhile, Dedra and Partagaz and Serial are all trying to get ready for the inevitable destruction of Gorman, and just trying to put all the last pieces together before the cookie inevitably crumbles. So, this episode was very interesting because, again, we jump ahead, much like all three, just like, every single arc that we've gotten, we jump ahead a year. So now we are 2 BBY. And like I said, Cassian is kind of like one of the forefronts of kind of building a rebel army on Yavin 4. And Wilman comes into the picture, stating that for the past year he's been helping Luthen kind of just make, all these rebel activities going on Gorman, and basically the planet is now a powder keg. It is close to exploding. And Dedra received the news from Partagaz saying they could not find a substitute for the Calcite that was mentioned, I think, in the first arc. Either the first arc or the second arc where they mentioned it. I believe it might have been the second arc. But could not find a substitute, and so the destruction of Gorman is most likely going to happen. Dedra, kind of, looking out for Serial, says, like, hey, you need to pack up, and you need to leave as soon as I tell you. But Serial may have a little bit of doubts. He says, what you guys are doing here is, fruitless in my eyes and through the intel that I've been getting. So why do I need to pack up? And he tries to meet up with one of the Gorman rebels, but that doesn't end up working out too well in his favor. Wilman briefs Cassian on Yavin that Luthen is wanting to basically have an assassination attempt on Dedra. And Cassian's like, look, I don't want any part of this. And Wilman's like, but you've helped Luthen out previously. And it's like, yeah, I have. But I'm here now. Like, I'm here building something. I'm building an actual army instead of, twiddling my thumbs and, hoping that something goes right. I'm actually building an army. I'm actually preparing for something. And I love the kind of conversion that Cassian has in this arc, where he's like, steady, reliable. Like, he sees a future in building this army for the rebellion, but yet at the end of this episode, he's back on Gorman, and he looks like he is going to actually try to kill Dedra on Gorman before things get too rocky. And I love that this supposed force healer, tries to heal his shoulder wound. And obviously, I think this supposed force healer in Bix probably had something planned out in advance. But, this force healer does feel something about, Cassian. Is like, he's meant for more than just, being here and being a solid hand. He's meant to be a messenger. He's meant to be a voice for somebody to listen to. And what I find very interesting about that is like, how do I want to phrase this? It's like sometimes in wars and conflicts and stuff, it's not typically the people that speak the loudest that usually deserve most of the attention. Like, it's the people that talk quietly and have well-meaning thoughts and stuff like that. Whereas, and now granted, sometimes those people that do speak loudly, they are they do have clear and concise thoughts. But I would say that the ones that speak loudly, that is the way that they gain followers is through like a charisma that they have, the way that they're able to connect with people with their words. Whereas the people that talk quietly are the ones that usually have, a plan A, a plan B, a plan C. And that, I feel like that's what Cassian is. Where he gets to in Rogue One, I think, is a kind of combination of both. Like, he definitely has, like, Jyn Erso to kind of be, like, the more charismatic, I would say, of the two of them. But he is more so of a plan guy. And I think we're slowly seeing him get like a little bit bolder with his actions. Like, even the guy who runs the rebel base is like, "Why are you taking this ship?" And Cassian says it's a personal thing, and he's like, "We're doing something with that ship tomorrow." It's like, why are you taking this? You need to be here. You're a leader. And he's like, "If you need me, I will be here when you need me, but I'm going to do something." And that's bold, and that has a bit of a bravado to it. And I see that more in what Cassian becomes in Rogue One. He's slowly but surely evolving into what we see him in Rogue One, which is really awesome. Dan Gilroy did an amazing job of writing this. And let me look up who directed the episode. I just saw it. Oh my gosh. Janice Metz. Janice Metz. He did an amazing job of directing this and having like long conversations, like intercutting between long conversations. It was really, really well shot. But yeah, episode 7, really nice catching up and kind of setting a new baseline as to where we are in this world. But I'm assuming that these next 2 episodes, there's going to be a lot of stuff that goes down. So I'm going to shut up and I'm going to get to watching episodes 8 and 9. But until my reviews come out for those guys, be safe and maybe start your own little rebellion for the good cause. And I will catch you guys later.